another LEGO City update. Welcome back to another LEGO City update. Yeah, the city has changed ever so slightly since last time. When I say ever so slightly, I mean it's changed a lot ever since last time. I believe last time I had the Parisian restaurant and the detective's office in the update, and I showed where they were placed after that. Maybe I didn't. Actually, yeah, I think I changed location of that like immediately after I recorded the video. Plus, there's a second LEGO City now, and I kind of need to show that off for like the fact that it's LEGO City. And there's just been updates in general, so without further ado, this is the update of LEGO City. So starting off on the main street, not much has changed. I think more just cleaning up and everything. Like there were cars and like figures and pieces that are everywhere. It's still a little bit dirty, but I have it all in like one area, and I know where I'm gonna put each thing. And I've been putting things certain areas, so it's starting to look more clean on the main street. It's starting to look more like a main downtown area. I mean, if I left it messy, it'd look like an average New York City or Chicago, but I mean, it's starting to look better, view-wise. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's more eye-peeling to see it without all the cluster and garbage everywhere. On the second street, there was an update. At the end of the street, there was the detective's office set that is no longer there. It's now just left with a blank spot. And so far, I think I have 9 blank spots right now of just like base plate areas where it needs to be filled up. Now, I do have a Market Street piecing out version of the Market Street that's arriving soon, and that'll go right next to the cafe corner. There's an empty spot right there, and then at the end, I really don't know what will go down there. Most likely either future modulars or custom builds, or just even general mini sets I buy. And I think that the overall layout of the city is starting to actually kind of form together. Next, we're going to move on to the Parisian restaurant and the detective's office new home. Where it originally was by the cafe corner for the Parisian restaurant and by the jazz club for the detective's office. Now they're by each other on a completely different street. And I'm not going to lie, I don't think they look bad. I think they look pretty good together. Considering the fact that they're 2014 and 15 sets, so they're like pretty much the same era. It's pretty cool, like looking at them side by side. And I think I'll take that. I'll probably leave it there for a while. I don't know if I'll move any of them. I think any of the modulars in general. I don't think any of them are really going to move anytime soon. I think they're pretty much permanent where they're staying. Also, by the Oreo Tower, the area has been cleaned up a little bit. There's just some loose poly bags and a couple loose minifigures right there. And there's also like a promotional set. I really don't know what to do with it. I mean, I could probably sell it for a lot of money, but I mean, I also really don't know if I want to keep it in general. It's a pretty cool promo set, so decisions will have to be made on that one. The Undercity, it's pretty decent, I think, for like just starting LEGO City and not trying to work with modulars or anything. I used the Spider-Man Far From Home set, the one with Hydro Man, the Hydro Man attack set. I used that like building area and put it in the water. And then I also have the Genji vs. Hanzo build. I forgot the name of the minion set, but I have that back there. I have so I got a little poly bag from like the Lego, like from purchasing Lego. And in that poly bag, there are some like Chinese New Year's pieces. I use that to make a little building to go next to the minion set. And then there's also the Dorado building from Overwatch. So there's a lot of buildings down there, and these like different country buildings, There needs to be more building than just putting them on base plates, which is kind of where they're at right now. There's been a little bit of like, work done. There's like a little like bridge I guess I made kind of. I don't know. There's some sand by the water, but it's not much. That area down there, it's not good, but it just started, so I'm not really mad with where it's at. I think there's definitely progression that needs to be made, and it will be made at some point. And that is where I kind of rest with the LEGO City. I think that in the neighborhood area, everything's mostly figured out. The main area, I think that's mostly figured out too. I think the little area next to the Parisian restaurant and the detective's office needs a little bit of work, and I'm not mad about that. I think that's fine. You know, before now, all that was over there was the Apocalypseburg set. And speaking of that, that went under the city now. It is a good set. It's a really good set, but I don't really have a place for it in my city. And honestly, I still use the Apocalypseburg set for I use it for stop motion anyway, and it works. You know, where I have it right now, it's a fine placement for it, and I can still get to it. I can still use it. And if I really want to one day, I can easily just pick it up and put it back on the table. So that's about it for this video. If you want to see the progression, then subscribe, I guess, and watch the other videos. So that's about it. See ya. I did a Penguin Z0 outro.